This is the earliest we've ever started an episode.
Yeah, normally it's either like 4 o'clock or like
9.
Yeah.
And it's 12:52.
Mm-hmm. Becca has been up for 30 minutes.
I woke up. What time did you wake up?
Originally I woke up at 8 o'clock, and then I'm like, ooh, it's early, I can go back to sleep. So then, I got out of bed at 11. That's when I have my best dreams, is when I wake up and then go back to sleep.
Yes. Becca agrees with us.
Because my mind is like half awake now, and it's just being creative.
Yeah. Like, my dad left this morning for the airport. He's leaving for, 2 weeks, I think. And, he was like, last night, I'll come into your room and, say goodbye to you. I was like, okay. So I woke up kind of early, and I was just trying to, stay conscious. And he never came into my room, so I lost, I added together a full hour of sleep just because I was trying to stay awake and couldn't. But it's fine. I never got to say bye to him. It's cool.
Thank you, Mike Hutton, for, fighting hurricanes.
Yes.
With his bare hands. That's his job.
But last night I was up pretty late. I was looking at minutes after Judd posted our game footage. I was on it, on the grind still. And also I made some nice Amazon purchases.
Oh, enlighten us.
Very sporadic, not sporadic, spontaneous. But I got both. Our recommendations from Taylor, actually, from episode 2, Taylor Breeden. First thing was, the pimple patches. That's, put it over the thing, and I want to see if they work. So I bought those, and then I also got, a pack of felt tip pens, and there was, 60 of them for $12. She had them in her dorm room, so I was like, I need those, and I finally got around to getting both of those things, so I'm very excited.
Are those, the ones you do calligraphy with?
No, there's more just, note-taking, I think, or it was, a thin Sharpie-looking thing.
But so you just want to be one of the cute note girls?
I am a cute... Okay, so I have, a set of 5 pens. It's, all different colors, but I just need more variety.
Yeah.
Because in my table of contents, in my English book, it's just all the same 5 colors. I can't be having that.
Yeah, my mom bought me a bunch of notebooks, and they were just, dollar notebooks, which is fine, but the paper is, super cheap,
yeah.
Where it's, it's almost, plasticky and thin, so when you write on it with a pencil, it barely shows up, so I just have to write in marker or pen in all my notes.
I feel
What do you feel like?
Oh, just our quality of school supplies have just gone downhill throughout the years.
Literally the only school supplies I got for this year was a chair, I guess a monitor, which is a pretty big purchase, and then 4 notebooks. That was it.
Yeah,
I
got
ready to go.
Some pens and pencils and paper folder notebook. And that was about it. But I mean, what else do you really need?
Yeah.
I mean. Because I remember I used to get all the matching colors, and, you write, I still wrote, the titles of, the class on it, but I was just I don't care. I'm gonna be in my room, and I'm gonna have a stack for A-Day stuff and a stack for B-Day stuff, and that's it. But it's weird, how much we've been spending time in our rooms.
I know. It makes me sad when I, look outside and it's sunny. There's, children running down the street. I'm just doing my English homework or whatever.
Yeah. Writing
a college essay.
Oh boy, how's that going for you?
It could be better.
Okay.
There's just, so many. I know you don't have this problem because you applied to one school.
2, but one didn't require an essay, so yeah.
But
I wrote my one essay and I'm good.
Right now I have 7 that I'm doing early. And I think about 5 of them either have a second, 1 to 2 page essay, or 3, 300-word questions.
That's tech, right? Don't they have a bunch of just short questions? Yeah.
But I'm not even doing text application right now. Maybe I'll do it later, but I don't know. Because tech doesn't require the Common App essay.
Oh, so you're just getting that out of the way.
But, so, like, University of Chicago, they have, like, a whole separate essay you have to write. But, like, the prompts are, like, they're not weird, but they're, like, super different. Chicago.
Nice. I didn't know you were going. You were fine there.
Yeah. I don't know if I'll get in, though, because their acceptance rate's, like, 7%. Anyways, so they have a bunch of, like, really strange essay topics, so it's not like I can even, like, reuse, like, an essay I've already written. So now I'm writing an essay about witches.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
And none of them are, like, super boring topics. I just don't want to do them.
Yeah. I wrote my one essay, I submitted it, and I'm done. I applied to 2 schools.
What did you write your essay about?
Work, actually.
Yes.
Zion. So, yeah, one didn't require an essay or any recommendations. Got that one. There's so many steps. Do we want to talk about the application process real quick? So, here's what I did, and then we can, like, add on to it, I think. So, after submitting so this is also for people wanting to apply to college. Here's, like, a checklist of things you have to do. Get out pencil and paper. I will tell you everything you need to have done to submit to an application to school. So, especially, I don't know, Land Valley kids, Naviance. You gotta link the 2 things together.
Yeah,
That was hard. How to do that.
I didn't know how to do it.
Once you link the 2 things together, you're able to set up recommendations, which ask your teacher first, like over email, and then submit your request through Naviance for a teacher request. Submit your Common App. Send your test scores through College Board. They don't do it for you. You gotta go into College Board and submit your test scores that way.
And pay $12
per school you want to send your scores to. And there's another thing.
You gotta do the transcript request.
Yes,
and the counselor recommendation request.
I didn't do the counselor recommendation.
I did for some of them, just if, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
If some of them required it, some of them didn't.
So for the counselor recommendation, you have to, like, fill out a student insight sheet and a parent insight sheet. You have to get your parent to do it and you do it. And you submit in both those things. And then they write a recommendation for you. I didn't do it. I don't think I have to do that. I hope I don't have to do it, but I just got 2 different recommendations. It's easier to get a teacher, because there's a whole other process you have to do if you get, like, a boss or something. So get a teacher. I think that's the easiest way.
You gotta do FAFSA, you gotta do CSS, and CSS costs money. Why do you have to pay money to be told what money you don't need to pay in colleges? And you have to pay money for every school you submit it to. Why does everything cost money?
I don't know. But, like, yeah, so that was a very jumbled amount of thing, but hopefully
I didn't know any of this.
Me neither. Okay.
And you have an older brother.
You didn't tell me anything. What I did, so I was working on my Common App thing, and then I scheduled a meeting with my counselor, which I think we were supposed to do last year, like end of last year. But I just got to it now. But I'm, like, helping all my friends through it now, I think, because, like, a couple of them ask me what to do, and I just kind of, like, the easy, like, abridged version from the counselor telling you what to do. So I'm able to help them out, which I think is nice. But there's just so many things I didn't even know. Like, I didn't know you had to send your scores. I thought you typed it in Common App and that was good. I didn't know, like, why do they even have that as a section?
Can I just take a screenshot from College Board and send you the screenshot?
Or do we have to pay $12 to get, like, the official report? Yeah. Which, I mean, again, not a big problem with me. I'm applying to 2 schools.
But when you're applying to, like, 7, and they each cost, like, between $50 and $80 for just the application fee.
Also a thing. Both my schools did not have an application fee. That's D3 life.
And then if you want to, because for me, I like art, and so if you want to submit an art portfolio, either to, like, be able to do an art minor or, like, get a scholarship for art, you gotta submit a whole nother portfolio for that, and that costs between, like, $5 and $15.
Yeah, it's up.
Yeah. So before, I was, like, thinking, like, oh, I'll just apply to these extra schools. But now I'm like, why would I apply to schools, like, just because?
Yeah.
Because it takes so much time. It costs, like, $50 to $100 just per school.
Mm-hmm.
And you might even get rejected.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, why would you, like, you might not even, like, go there.
And I'm sure a lot of you know this stuff, but, like, I didn't know this until, like, a week ago.
Yeah, there's just a lot of things thrown at us, but hey, if you ever need help, comment down below if you want me to hit you up with college help.
Oh, yeah.
Because we got you.
I have a really good skill of being able to take, like, just a random activity and, like, this is what I learned from it.
Yeah, okay.
This is how I developed leadership skills.
My skill, I think, is similar to that, but, like, if you ever need to, like, make something sound good, if you need to, like, ask a teacher for a recommendation but you don't know how, I'll type up a quick thing for you. Like, hey, love your class, love how I think my work ethic really shined in your classroom, I'd love to have your opinion on it. Like, stir up something quick like that, throw it up, and you're good. I got you.
Yeah.
And I think with essays too, if I need 100 more words, I just start typing and I'm good.
Advice to juniors: pick 1 or 2 teachers that you like a lot and just go 100% in that class.
Yes.
And that way you're not like, oh, are they gonna write me a bad recommendation? And, like, if you can just give 100% in, like, 2 of your classes.
Yeah.
You can
Because there's
some wiggle room in your other classes.
Yeah.
But, like, you want to go hard for that teacher so that they can
exactly.
get you into college.
Yes. Also, I still need to do this. Once you ask for a recommendation, they write one for you. Send them a Starbucks gift card.
Send them a handwritten thank you note.
Yes. I know it's difficult now since we're not in school, but they have, like, the electronic gift cards. I know if you want to send a teacher that. I still need to do that because Miss Finney, I love Miss Finney. Shout out Miss Finney, I love you. She's not going to watch this, but I love her. But yeah, and then Judd. Okay, I'll get something to Judd. But yeah, juniors get on it because we're behind now.
Yeah.
And also, like, recruiting-wise, juniors, if you want to play in college, especially D2, D1, hop on it now.
Even if there's, like, a D3 school that you are, like, super interested in,
do it now.
Just get your name out to them.
Yes. Email them. One thing my my recruiting coach told me that I did not do because I was too scared was just call them directly and be like, hi, I'd love to schedule, like, a phone call to talk to you. Because I've, like, been talking to people and, like, I don't want to say names or anything, but, like, they'll be, like, us, like, seniors in October of senior year, and they're like, oh, I could go D1. I'm like,
no.
How much time do you have? Because, like, I was emailing coaches this time last year, and they're like, we're done with 2021 for D1 schools. I didn't think I was going to play D1. I was just like, why not, right? I'll send something out. But you really, like, if you want to play D1 right now as a senior in October, you gotta, like, hop on that. Yeah. And, like, yeah, even some D2 and D3 that I was talking to was like, oh, we're done. And I was like...
Yeah, I emailed a school in, like, March of my junior year, D3, and they only take 12 on their roster, so they were done.
What?
Yeah.
Dang. I could, like... Because how many do we have on our team now?
For Valley, we have 12.
Okay. Like, going that to, like, a college team, which can be closer to 20 people, that's a lot. Which I think is different because, like, 2 courts, like, 2 different, like, coaches, I guess, or at least that's the scenario I'm in. I don't know how different it is with different schools, but, like, just thinking about, like, playing in college and just, like, I want merch so bad. If you... Dude, come on now. Everyone wants a t-shirt, right? Like, I have multiple college t-shirts.
Yeah, she's like, can I say it?
I still wear shirts to schools I maybe not be going to.
Likely. Very likely not be going to.
Yes, and, like, the one school that, like, I'm very close to going to is I don't have anything from. So, I don't know. I might have to go shopping, but I don't have a problem with that. My coach has merch from the school before I did, so I don't know. But, yeah. It's exciting. I'm now kind of a mentor to Becca. I'm her recruiting coach now. If you didn't know, I'm helping her
plug your...
Oh, if you have a Huddle account and want highlights, I will make them for you. Okay, so, like, I don't really know how to do, like, football or basketball or anything, but if you have the clips in Huddle, I'll make it into a highlight for you. Volleyball, I got you. But, like, other sports, I can do highlights for you. Just tell me the clips you want. But I will do it, and I like doing them, and you only have to pay me what you want. There's no price. I just love doing it. And money. But mostly that. So if you need help, let me know. Leave a comment down below, DM, Fireside Chat, or my personal Instagram. I got you.
Kate Hutton N.
Yes. Kate Hutton with 2 N's. It will be in the description. Hit me up. I'd love to do a highlight for you. Especially for those people who want to play and are running out of time. Hit me up. I will make you a highlight. So yeah, that was my spiel. Yeah. I finally found something, like, I can do. Because, like, you've been painting for a while.
I paint shoes.
Yes. She's doing mine hopefully soon. Yeah. I finally brought them over here. But yeah, I love, so please. And if you know anyone who wants a highlight, just let me know. I'd love to do it.
Yeah.
But
because Kate's pretty much done. She's got time on her hands.
I have so much time. Yeah, any sport. Just tell me what you need, and I'll try my best. But if you send me the clips before, that's even easier. So, I got you. But yeah, that was, I mean, because we had a topic for today, but we kind of straggled off of talking about college and stuff, which, I mean, I think is always a good topic, because most of our viewers are, if not in college, about to.
And my parents.
Yeah, that too. But I feel like it's good.
Yeah.
But if we want to hop into today's topic, which we want to talk a little bit as an extension of last episode, is, like, theories.
Theories. Because we got a few of them.
Yes. And if you would like to start, if you have one. If not, I can start.
I think a good one to start with is time travel.
Okay.
Theory.
So I have 2 now. I've discovered another one.
Okay.
It kind of goes on the limb with what I was talking about. So let me share my theory. So, time travel, right? Very big thing in movies, where you time travel and you see yourself, right?
And that's always a bad thing.
It's always bad. You never want to do that. Mr. Peabody and Sherman, you never go back to a time where you see yourself. It messes up stuff. However, if you go back in time to see yourself, and, like, your past self is like, oh my gosh, it's my future self, that's crazy, wouldn't you already know that they were coming back? Because wouldn't you in your past have your future self come see you? Does that make sense?
Yeah. So,
hopefully it does.
So the future self comes back and visits the past self.
Mm-hmm.
But wouldn't the future self have the memory of them being in the past?
Yeah, because the future self would have been the past self, which would have had a future self have to come back. It would have just been a loop. So wouldn't you already know? And the same thing, I feel like it's the same thing going the other way.
Yeah. If you go into the future,
and your future self's like, yo, it's my past self. Wouldn't you have a
wouldn't
past?
the future self?
Yeah, be living in the past that went into the future. It's a big loop, and I don't understand. Probably that's why time travel isn't real. However, there is a second part of this I've discovered. It's called, like, the grandfather paradox or whatever. So it's like, you go back in time, you kill your grandfather, right?
Right.
Therefore meaning they never have one of your parents, which never has you, right? So you're not alive. But how would your grandfather die then if you're not alive?
Do you just, like, fizzle out of existence? Or, like,
but then
you had to be alive to
kill your grandfather, but then your grandfather had to have you. But if he's dead, he can't have you, but then if you weren't there, you wouldn't be able to kill the grandfather. So it's also just a big loop. Again, probably why time travel isn't real, or it's not exposed to us.
Yeah.
As the
Maybe
public.
we're just too small-brained to comprehend it.
Like, did you see that, okay, I just have to shout him out because I love his hustle. Noah Mays on TikTok does, like, weekly rundowns of news and stuff.
Oh, also, hi Noah Mays. We're different people. In case you didn't get that yet.
Yeah, we're 2 different people. I told her this story about how you thought that I was in your English class, but it's really her. But
so we want to know, do we look alike?
We'll make that like a... Isn't there a way to do polls in a YouTube video? I think I'll do that. Do we look alike?
Like,
I'll figure it out, Becca. But
complete side segment.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to know. Because
Do
I
we
don't
look
think
similar?
we look alike.
I don't. We can throw up that picture of us at a volleyball tournament where we're both facing the other
Yeah.
way. And
Okay,
we're
from the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we have the same, like, at the time we had the same length hair. Come on here. But
it's the same texture,
Becca, throw
same
up that
color.
picture.
But we're different races.
Do we look...
I got really tiny eyeballs. Kate has huge eyeballs. Like,
we both have kind of, like, brown hair, like, thick eyebrows, brown eyes, but do we look alike?
I don't
Answer.
think we do.
Answer. I want to know. If
I
you
do
made it
want
this
to
far.
know.
Anyways, what were we talking? Yes, Noah. Love your TikTok stuff. Love the hustle. What I wanted to mention is one thing. I watched it this morning. I watched your weekly rundown this morning, and you were talking about how, like, scientists found, like, multiple other planets that are, like, better sustainable than Earth. Like, there has to be other life, right?
Oh my goodness. I think it is incredibly selfish of humans to even consider the fact that we're the only life out there.
Yeah.
I think that is just humans being self-centered and that thinking that we're the best at everything.
Yeah.
There's absolutely no way that there's not other life out there.
Mm-hmm. And, like, there has to be things that are smarter than us. Like, time travel has to exist. There has to be some sort of way. I feel like there has to be.
Honestly, the way that Marvel explained time travel, have you seen Endgame?
No.
It was actually
Explain
kind
it
of
real
made
quick.
sense. So,
Spoiler alert for Endgame if you haven't watched it yet.
but it's been like 2 years,
Yeah,
so
okay,
it
yeah.
doesn't matter.
Just thought I'd say it.
Basically they did time travel where, like, they used, like, kind of Ant-Man concepts, where if you shrink down, like, super, super, super microscopically,
Mm-hmm.
that, like, time is kind of different.
Okay.
Which, like, I'm not explaining it well, but it kind of makes sense. Also, with interstellar time travel, because gravity makes time do weird things.
Okay.
So, like, you age super fast when, like, your family on Earth,
Oh, right.
or vice versa.
Yeah, there has to be some sort of
Yeah.
thing of time travel that's real.
But back to the aliens thing.
Yes.
Okay, this is my theory on aliens, which I learned from a bunch of drunk college boys that I met at a concert. And, you know, originally, me and my cousin Ada, we were at the concert and we heard them say something, like, really stupid. Just, like, incredibly stupid. And we kind of, like, just profiled them to be like, oh, they're just stupid.
Yeah.
And then so we start talking to them, and we have, like, these super deep conversations. And, like, one of them was about, like, voting and, like, how, like, education is valued in different places. And he was like, yeah, I mean, in America, like, our teachers aren't getting paid as much as they should, but, like, in Brazil, voting is mandatory, so they value education so much more, so their teachers are paid, like, and, revered at the level of doctors, and, like,
Wow.
we're just like, oh! And we had, like, some really engaging, deep conversations, and one of them was about aliens. And they asked us, do you believe in aliens? And so both of us were like, yes, of course. I feel like believing in aliens has this, like, weird connotation
Yeah.
of, like,
It's just, I
green
feel
people.
like other life that's
Yeah,
not...
that's what alien
Yeah.
means. So, of course I believe that there's other life out there. And so the guy goes, good. Because what he thinks, what I think now, is that if you don't believe in aliens, you are the alien. That's how you spot an alien.
What?
You say, do you believe in aliens? And like, no, aliens definitely don't exist. That's how you find the aliens.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So,
That's...
Kate and I aren't aliens.
We're not. If you are an alien right now, that's...
We gotcha.
Yeah, you're caught.
Pack it up. Pack it up, E.T. We gotcha.
I was gonna make one of those jokes and you beat me to it. Back it up, E.T. Oh my gosh. What's like... Because, yeah, I feel like everyone thinks alien is like the stereotypical, like, green... Or, like, the alien emoji.
Yeah.
Everyone just thinks it's, like, skinny-limbed, like, creepy things. But,
Yeah.
like, come on, they're smarter than us.
Yeah. They're smarter than us.
Yeah. They definitely look like us, if not
Are you gonna believe
more.
that they fly around in saucers that, like, defy all laws of physics, but they look like that, and they're gonna get caught slipping and let us see them? No. You can't have both of those things.
Like, there's no way out of, like, everything going on, right? I also, parallel universes. I like, there's a good chance, like, okay, I don't know how the universe works and stuff like that.
Does anyone? I don't know.
The fact that you, like, from what I've heard, the concept is if you zoom out far enough and go in, like, somewhere else, it's like a parallel. How does that work?
That's a good
How
question.
does life just repeat itself with one different... Because, like, there's this whole theory, like, every decision that you make, like, whether or not I wore this or, like, a gray sweatshirt here today, like, there's a different universe of me, like, wearing different sweatshirts, like... But then each of those keep branching off to, like, every decision. But, like, what makes us the main universe?
Our perception.
Yeah.
Just our perception.
Like, wouldn't there be another, like, universe, I guess?
Yeah, the universe of Kate wearing a blue sweater probably thinks she's the main universe.
Yeah. We just, how does that even work? How far do you have to zoom out where it's just a completely just replica of life? Again, because is that like counting as life on Earth, like life, other life besides us? Because I feel like our universe is like, has life, if there's life on Earth, like aliens or whatever, is a different concept than parallel universes. So that's more like a mind thing, you know? Like,
it's a philosophical thing.
But still, how far do you have to, like, zoom out to, like...
Oh, I have a question.
Yes.
So do you think that our universe, just our universe, is finite or is it infinite? Like, do you think it just goes on forever?
Oh, okay.
Or do you think there's an end? Because either option is crazy to think about.
Yeah.
Like, does it just stop? That's weird.
Yeah, but if it
just
keeps going forever...
That's weird
that's
too.
weird too. Yeah, that's...
Because it's one of those two options.
Yeah.
It has to be. There's no in between.
Yeah, because if it doesn't stop somewhere, it's infinite. But if it's not infinite, it has to stop somewhere. That's so weird. Because, like, what happened... Because, like, the reason we can't send out satellites or stuff that far just because it has no connection to Earth, like, after you get a certain amount of place away. Because, like, there's our solar system in general. But then there's, of course, our, like, Milky Way galaxy and, like, our, like, universe. Like, you can keep zooming out and, like, we've proved that that's a thing. And there's, like, the whole, like, cluster of, what's it called? Galaxies? What's the cluster of galaxies that we're in? I don't know what it's called, but it's, like, all these different galaxies. And then you zoom out even more, and that's, like, a small part of, like, this bigger thing. I don't know. I have to, like, I don't know. There's just some word for it.
This is getting really back into the things that don't make sense.
Yeah. Like, why does...
Just, like, ponder those two options.
Okay, I'll make another poll, or leave a comment down below if I don't know how to do it. Do you think the world has an end, the universe itself has an end, or do you think it's infinite? And why?
Tell me why. Or is it just, like, one of those maps where if you go off this edge, you just end up on the other side?
Oh my gosh. Yes. Leave a comment down below. Where do you think...
How does anything work?
Yeah. That too. But leave a comment down below. Is the universe end, or does it go on forever, and why? Because, yeah. Okay. Also, do you think aliens are real? Leave your thoughts down below. I'd love to hear the aliens and the universe, where it ends. Please let me know.
So, another theory that kind of, I guess, could be an explanation for everything is whether or not we live in a simulation.
Okay, wait. Do you remember that book in 4th grade that we read about these people living in... Okay, there's this book, right? It's about these group of people living in, like, an old-timey setting, but, like, of course they think it's, like, the future, I guess. And, like, all the kids think it's just life. They, like, ride horses, dirt roads, everything, just, like, our past. But then all the adults know that they just live in a bubble. And that they're, like, a museum. And, like, people...
I did not read this book.
People can, like, look in and see these people just living their lives, and they think it's their actual lives. And there's this whole thing about, like, the dad got, like, hurt, and he was like, oh, why'd you get hurt? He's like, oh, I got kicked by a horse. But in reality, he was, like, trying to share information about how they live in a bubble, and that people got mad at him. I forget the book title, but it was really... I don't know why 4th grade classes are... It was really good. I just remember the concept of it being really good. But, like, do we live in a bubble?
Yeah. I don't know.
Mentally,
How could we know?
as Loudoun County, we live in a bubble. However, as a different bubble.
And I think the point where we started to think about this all collectively was Teen Beach Movie. Because that was like a introduction to the concept that like our reality like not real.
Yeah.
Because we saw that and the people in the TV, they thought that was their life. Mm-hmm. But we're like, the characters are like, no, you're just TV.
But what makes me like, because like we're not having a set script, like we don't repeat things, and they just thought their life was repeating things. They didn't know there was an
but they didn't realize that was weird.
What if the whole concept of like sleeping and like days going by is just like not real?
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh no.
So in another episode of Analysis of Teen Beach Movie,
yeah, add it to the
we talk about Teen Beach Movie as the fourth grade awakening of
time travel and other alternate dimensions and what life really is. Teen Beach Movie.
My dad's a big podcast nerd, and his podcast of choice is kind of like Noah May's content, actually, where like the hosts, they like do all this research on stuff and they just kind of just learn about it and then tell the viewers about it. Mm-hmm. And one of them was about simulation theory. And like, of course, there's like the bubble aspect of that. And then there's also like virtual reality aspect of that like, you know, we watch video games and stuff become more and more advanced to a point where like, can we even distinguish reality and technology anymore?
Like, when's gonna be the point we go to sleep and we wake up with like someone taking a headset thing off and you're like, you were living that.
And so my dad was telling me, and I was actually writing like a really short college essay on this, about like, it's actually kind of likely that we live in a simulation.
Stop! Don't start that.
And
they're gonna get mad. They're gonna come get you.
And if we do live in a simulation and computers are controlling us, computers are too smart.
Yeah, we
can't get out of it.
No,
we can't beat the computers. And so, yeah, what if we're just Sims and there's a higher being up above that's dictating our every move?
Yeah, because we think we like make our own decisions, but there's always like that voice in your head that's like,
how did we get to whether or not we have free will from
Teen Beach Movie?
Yeah. Yeah. Do we have free will? That is the question of today's podcast.
I'll make that another poll. Do we have free will? That's gonna be the part that I clip and put as like the Instagram.
This got dark all of a sudden.
Yeah. By the way, if you haven't followed us on Instagram, go do that.
Just really quick 180.
Yeah, 100
whiplash
100 follower giveaway. We still don't know yet. Again, I'll make another poll or leave a comment down below. What do you want the giveaway to be? Because I think what would be cool is like collabing. Because I want to do an episode on like purchases we've made through this time. We can like bring in stuff, talk about other companies and stuff, or like not companies, but like brands and stuff like that. Because I've bought a couple things I think is dope, or I've heard from things I think is dope that we need to like share. Again, if you have any brands or companies you want us to talk about, let us know. But these comments should be filled. I'm just saying. If this is 0 comments, I'm about to be so sad. But yeah, let us know your thoughts. Yeah, 100 follower giveaway. Go run us up. Fireside Chat on Instagram. Yeah, quick switch away. We can't make them too mad. We can't let the outer force get too mad at us talking about if we have free will or not. Back to free will. Do we have it or not?
But yeah, the simulation, like, because if we are in a simulation, that could explain all the things that we don't understand why they work that way. Mm-hmm. Like parallel universes and stuff, because the simulation just came up with it, and that's just the rules we have to live by.
And the whole thing with like Corona and like how bad things just keep happening and like how people are set.
What do we do to anger the person playing our game of Sims?
Yeah.
Like,
because like our mindset is so like oh, it just happens because, like, people have their own opinions and everything. But how can someone's opinion be so, like, drawn out far that they just cause chaos in the world? Like, even in the past, like, people have just done crazy things that were just, like...
Next subject of deep conversation. Are humans inherently good or evil?
Oh my gosh.
Because apparently they do things like you were saying.
Yeah, because, like, there are people like Hitler, and, like, I don't know, that's the only one that came to my mind right now. They just do, like, crazy, like, stupid things that they're just like, this
Hitler
is right.
is stupid. That is our takeaway.
That's the title of this video. But, like, they just do, like, crazy things, but then there's also, like, geniuses in the world that are super smart and they only, like, do good things. But then there's also, like, the corruption. We could talk about, like, the corruption of money again and, like, how that messes with people and forcing, like, what is it? I don't know. Because I feel like the human's first instinct is survival. Is survival. But, like, whether or not that's good or evil, it's evil if, like, you think that, like, killing an animal is considered evil for your own survival. But that can also be considered good because you're surviving.
And, like, at this point, I feel like we've gotten to a standard of living that, like, we don't have to really worry about survival instincts unless you're, like, really below the poverty line or, like, you're just in a position where you actually do have to carry out your survival.
We're very...
But, like, when you live in the Percival bubble, like you're saying, like, you're doing okay.
What if we're the bubble and people from, like, other states are looking in on us?
Honestly? Kinda. I mean, what?
Simulation. It's up to them.
And maybe the, like, simulation talk is just, like, a product of, like, our generation just, like, being raised on, like, dystopian movies and novels and all that stuff.
What if it's all just, like, normal life, but since we watch, like, Divergent and Hunger Games, we're like, there's something else happening.
There's a society that we don't know about.
I just watched the first two Hunger Games the first time the other day. Oh my gosh. I was never a Hunger Games kid. I was always Percy Jackson.
I was such a strong Hunger Games
I was Percy Jackson kid. Loved it. But Hunger Games is wild.
Yeah. The last two, so it's a trilogy, and then the third part is in 2 parts.
Okay.
That is crazy.
I need to finish the second one, then watch the third and fourth.
It is, like, kind of dark. I remember being in the movie theater with my dad at, like, age 11, just watching these movies, and because I read all the books, and so, like, I knew what was happening.
Yeah.
But, like, it's different when you're watching people being murdered by, like, these crazy...
Because, like, I knew... I was about to say spoiler alert for a movie that's... Okay, again, I don't watch movies, but anyways.
I don't really either.
When the little girl dies in the first movie, like, I just knew that was gonna happen because that's, like, Hunger Games, just, like, a thing that, like, happens. But I was still, like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And, like... Oh gosh, the whole thing when they, like, go around to all the different districts, I guess, after, like, their whole win or whatever, and then everyone starts, like, doing, like, the resistance thing, and then...
And they all get shot?
Like, the old man who did it. I just, like... Someone had to think of that idea. Whose brain is, like, dystopian world, kill multiple people every year... And, like, okay, I don't know if since you've read the books, I had a question about this and my friends didn't know when we were watching it. It was, like, so they said, like, the 75th and, like, every, like, quarter is, like, a special one, right? And so the quarter of the second movie is that the pool of, like, people is all from different winners, right? And that's how she gets in it again, because she's the only girl who won. What were the other two? What was the 25 and 50?
I don't remember the 25, but I know the 50 was that they took double the amount of people.
Oh, wow.
So, for each district, they took 2 guys and 2 girls.
Okay. Because, like, I thought about that, because it just seems like that's the only thing that they could do. That seems like a 100-year type of thing. I don't know why we jumped the gun on that, but it's fine.
It was because Katniss was causing some problems, so President Snow was like, I gotta get rid of her.
Okay, I feel bad for the beard guy who died because he had to eat the berries because he, like, let the 2 live. Mm-hmm. But I feel like that would have been worse if they both died. Because then there'd be no winner, and then they'd be like, Revolution.
Because then they would be martyrs, and then
Yeah.
they'd be like, yeah.
That whole thing is so weird to me because I thought the beard guy was like one of the evil guys, but then they kill him because I feel like I'd rather.
Well, Snow kills him.
Yeah, but like why?
Because he's like the evil guy on top of the evil guys.
Yeah, but like why would he want to kill both of them?
I don't know. Crazy.
Or why? Yeah, and like he said, like flat out, he wants her to die.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry if you're not like a Hunger Games fan.
You should be.
But now you should be. You basically know
they're
the
good
story.
movies.
But yeah, I want to watch the rest of it. And then, I'm sorry, one thing I'll never get into is Harry Potter. That's
No, me neither. I
I'm
tried
sorry.
it. I read like half of the first book, and I was like, no, this isn't for me.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I've actually seen Divergent, but like,
Divergent's alright.
as a child, you know, like the things where it's like the YouTube channel that's like everything wrong with this movie in like 15 minutes or less. I watched the Divergent one. It's basically like watching the movie. It's basically just a pirated movie because they just take full clips of the movie and like play it and they explain the storyline to you and like why it's wrong. So I can basically say I've watched it from watching it that many times, but I love Divergent. Is there more? There is more, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've only watched the first one.
I know they made at least 2 movies. There was 4 books. I really doubt that they made 4 movies.
Yeah.
But it was definitely, the books were good. The movies were all right. The world itself was pretty interesting,
Mm-hmm.
and because they lived in a bubble,
They lived in a bubble.
and they just thought that was their whole world, and there was just like so much.
Wait,
outside of
Divergent?
that. Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that. Wait,
also-
they live in a bubble?
Yeah.
I did not know that. I only watched the
The
first...
Giver was also a bubble.
Which one was that again? I forget. I remember hearing about it then.
It was like a dystopian society bubble. Like each like person was given like a husband or wife, and they were given like a baby boy and a baby girl, and it was just like really ordered society like that. And I when you turn a certain age, you're given an occupation, and the main character, he's given like the apprentice to be the giver. And, like, that's, like, a huge deal that only happens, like, every 50 years or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then the giver has, like, all the knowledge of, like, past existence. So, like, our history before they transitioned into this, like, society. And then they're, like, trying to overthrow the government because the government's being corrupt and all this stuff.
That's... Okay, part of me just, like, wants to live in a dystopian, like, world just to, like... That's, like... It's a good story. I wouldn't want to, like, live in it, though, but, like... It'd be cool. For like a day, maybe.
Yeah, just for the experience.
Yeah. I want to see what, like, Divergent thing I'm in.
Yeah. I always think about that.
What if I'm Divergent? Okay, I keep getting TikToks about, like, what element you are in Avatar. I keep getting Avatar, so, like, I'm the Avatar. But it's fine. But yeah, I feel like, because, like, there's always those quizzes that's, like, what Harry Potter house are you? Or, like, what element are you? Or, like, blah, blah, blah. You can
Go watch our second episode to watch us do one of them.
Yeah, you can take those quizzes about that many times as you want, but, like, nothing's going to be as precise as, like, actually, like, living in that world and doing it, and, like, actually knowing. Because I don't know what I actually am. I can answer the questions what I think I am. But, like, that's why, like, the whole, like, Harry Potter, like, sorting hat or whatever, like, it just knows.
It just knows. I don't even know anything about Harry Potter.
Me neither. That's the only thing I know. And, like, the houses. I think I'm a Gryffindor. I think that's what I've heard from my friends. I don't know the difference between the blue and the green one. I don't
know what colors are associated with which.
I just know the yellow one is, like, the happy one.
Yeah. I know Slytherin is, like, mischievous.
Yeah. But I always think they're, like, the same. Like, the blue and the green.
I don't know.
I feel like you're one of them. You're probably one of the blue. You're either the blue or the green. But I don't know the names.
I don't either.
We don't watch Harry Potter here.
Mm-mm. I think Harry Potter is, like, softcore dystopian.
Yeah.
Like, you're like,
soft.
halfway there, but, like, it's not, like...
If you watch Harry Potter, you're soft.
Harry Potter's like a gateway to
yeah.
But we just went straight.
We just go
I
straight in.
passed that.
Yeah.
Because I started with Hunger Games, so like to go down to Harry Potter, I'm like, this is boring. Where's all the
Because
killing?
there always were like the Hunger Games, like, or not the Hunger Games, the Harry Potter kids that would like read the books at like in elementary school, and they're like this big, and we were like, oh my gosh. Yeah, just for like 5 AR points. But like, oh my gosh, the kids who read Harry Potter like a year ago, and then they were able to take all the AR quizzes for those books because they just remember them. That's just like, I wish I could do that. I wish I read books.
For anyone who didn't go to Emmerich, they instated this weird program.
No, I thought that was like a lot of places.
Maybe they did, but if you went to probably an elementary school in Loudoun County,
Yeah.
and like you had to read a certain amount, like you had to read books, and each book had a certain amount of points, and you had to get to a certain amount of points, or like they would yell at you if you got like a certain.
Okay, what even happened when you didn't get?
I don't know. I think they're just like, you have to read.
Yeah,
and so you would read the book, and there would be like a quiz, and you had to pass the quiz to get the points.
Yeah,
and it was really weird.
But what's weird to me is like we don't know what the penalty was. Because we were just drilled into our brains like, you have to get this amount of points. What if that's the simulation we live in? Not like just a big AR point thing. Just like we have to do these things because that's like, we just don't know what else to do. And we don't even know what would happen if we go against it because there's just not even,
We're jumping around today.
The simulation is an AR quiz.
This is a chaotic podcast episode. But
I think this is one of our best. I feel like we just keep getting better and better.
Yeah.
I think just because we always just go crazy, but I love it.
Alrighty. Well, thank you for tuning in.
We'll see you next week. Please
let us know your thoughts.
Yes, fill up the comment section, answer the quizzes. I'd love to see them. If I can make the quiz work. If not, I'll do a poll on Instagram. But yeah, we'll see you next Monday. Hopefully sometime around 4. We still don't know about that. 4 is our solid time. We don't really know. But
good luck with your college apps.
Yes. And hit me up if you want to highlight.
All right.
Peace. Let's go.